Hi, my name is Giovanni Franco, and this is my presentation on Jiu-Jitsu Saves Lives. Um, well, I just want to talk about some things that come with Jiu-Jitsu, and some things that come with Jiu-Jitsu are like physical benefits, because training Jiu-Jitsu, it forces you to use every part of your body. I mean, you're using your arms to grab somebody, you're using your legs to sweep them, your hips to bump them, you're applying pressure with your chest to hold them down and control them on the ground. Like, you're using very particular parts of your body, so it's great exercise. And a lot of people get by and get ripped just training jiu-jitsu, because it's like, at the gym you got to target certain muscles. Well, at jiu-jitsu you have to use certain muscles to pull off certain submissions, so it makes it very beneficial for people who are looking to get fit. And on top of that, it's extreme cardio. It takes a lot of energy to consistently fight somebody and try to tap them out for like 7 minutes back to back to back. So it's definitely good for people who have bad cardio. Some things that the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community represents is, honoring your opponent. I mean, people in the Jiu-Jitsu community understand that there's normal people out there who are literally just signing up to get beat up and learn how to, eventually beat people up. So there's a lot of honor within the sport. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to rip each other's arm off. They're trying to build each other up and like allow people to learn and be able to defend themselves. Like, a good school will nurture you into being comfortable in like uncomfortable situations. A big part of the being from the jiu-jitsu community is being somebody who's level-headed and able to learn from your mistakes, acknowledge your mistakes. That's a big thing when it comes to jiu-jitsu, because the only way you could not get tapped out again is by not making the same mistake again. So they're really big on staying calm under stress and to be able to learn from your mistakes. And that's something that you could carry with yourself outside of the gym. But I feel like when it happens to you training, it really drills into your brain. And that leads me into my next point about what it sparks in your brain when you train jiu-jitsu. And training jiu-jitsu could, after research has been done on it, and how it develops the brain, you could consider jiu-jitsu as like a new method of learning because of the physical and mental problem solving skills that it takes. You're using your mind and body connection to make something happen, and to be able to submit somebody and control them. It forces you to make decisions faster, and just react faster and things like that. And I feel like those are skills, just being able to make decisions faster and figure out abstract ways to solve problems. That is something that you can take with you off the mats also. It can help you make decisions on what you want to do in life better. Just in real world situations, you could apply that learning skill that you learn to stay calm under stress and make decisions under stress. You could take that with you into the real world. And on top of that, and there's literally been research that show that people who train jiu-jitsu were able to process information better, and the problem solving skills were better just from training jiu-jitsu. They scored higher on the test. And on top of that, jiu-jitsu is therapeutic for people with anxiety, because being under all that stress and basically fighting for your life for fun, in the moment of a match, it really clears your head, and there's nothing else going on but your jiu-jitsu. So, and you really have to focus on that and really have to make a decision and react to somebody attacking you. So people with anxiety really enjoy jiu-jitsu because of that factor. And on top of that, like, it's a high contact, close contact sport, so you get comfortable with social anxiety and things like that. And I think it's very beneficial for depression also, because you're building your self-esteem up. Like, for instance, in the interview, one of my coaches mentioned that kids used to get bullied and they were scared of people, but then once they started training and getting better at jiu-jitsu, their confidence spiked and they weren't scared of kids anymore and were able to stand up for themselves. So I think in that way it can help with depression. And I think there's a lot of benefits for the next generation's training jiu-jitsu. If kids young, instead of playing soccer for like a few years and then like not even able to remember when they're older, they could do jiu-jitsu from a young age. They could process information better and things like that, so the next generations could be smarter and more confident from a younger age, which is a great foundation for them to be able to navigate their lives as they get older. And it brings people closer. A jiu-jitsu gym is a great sense of community. It's like a brotherhood in there. So I feel like it will make the younger generations appreciate one another, and just be able to bring people closer and have kids learn to respect each other from a young age. And it lets kids get comfortable in awkward social settings, and maybe it could help decrease like the levels of anxiety